Hello there everybody, Sabanai2 aka Nightmare, and welcome back to Irae Amantes Amentes. In the last episode, we managed to defeat Tubalcain, as well as learn where exactly he kinda came from, and his connection to Sakurai, which seemed to be a bit of a family lineage sort of deal. And at the same time, actually slightly before defeating Tubalcain, Ren finally got, well, sort of a grasp on doing the berry, I think that's the term for it. Well, he created a creation figment where he could slow down time to the point where he could just jump from piece to piece, and then he had himself a bit of a vomiting fit too. So yeah, that was a thing. But other than that, that was pretty damn cool. And also, I'm pretty sure Sakurai officially hates us now. That's just peachy keen. Anyway, it seems like Kasumi is okay for the time being, but suddenly we're now heading to an amusement park. Just out of the fucking blue. Why the fuck not? My pruned hope that it would rain was utterly defeated by the weather forecast, too. It said it was ideal weather for a day out. Oof, it is just not wanting to work with you today, is it, Ren? The next day... Ah! Kasumi took my arm and practically glued herself to me. Ah! I tried to pry her off me, but Kasumi only clung to me harder. Didn't you think? I thought you were under the assumption that he and Sakurai were dating. Kasumi's beaming smile drowned out my complaints. The wind was as cold as one could expect from December, but at the same time, it felt like the warm sunlight was pushing us along. Quite a combination there. Well, she had a point. This wasn't so bad. Also, look at those balloons over there. Are those like weird green duck? Wait a minute. That face kind of puts me in the mind of that... It can't be right. For a split second, that kind of put me in the mind of that weird as fuck Goron design that I remember seeing a long time ago. No, wait a minute! It's freaking Kakashi from Tingle's Balloon Trip of Love game. It's that guy! And the reason why I felt that way was clear. Obvious from the very fact I came along at all.
Kasumi, なんか気持ち悪くなったりはしてないか?
気持ち悪い? どうして?
いや、平気ならいいんだ。
I mean, I won't lie, it's a little bit odd, but not complaining. I could tell when I got here that the swastika here had already been opened. I turned my neck slightly, and though I couldn't explain it well, I felt like there was a vast well of souls around me. But it didn't feel gloomy at all in spite of that. No grudges, no lingering regrets, no negative emotions. Maybe all the lost souls that are just kind of floating around endlessly to come to the amusement park just to feel a little bit better. If I had to say, the souls lingering here felt pleasantly excited, almost like children just given a candy. I was right. Children. These souls were young. They had no evil will at all. At least, that was how I felt. Sorry. On the other hand, who was I to say that they didn't possess that innocent maliciousness only common among the young? I was worried about that a bit, but the atmosphere I could perceive was the epitome of positive. I do not say that. Kasumi was shouting her head off, but it only made me smile. So... Okay! She hit me once or twice, but I barely felt a thing.
なあ、俺たちもあれやってみるか?
Huh?
あれって腕組みのこと? 熱でもあるんじゃない?
Ah, is Shiro feeling lonely?
一応デートなんだろこれ。
まあそれはそうだけど。
じゃあやってみようぜ。
オッケー。 けどどうなっても知らないよ。
What was gonna happen? You gonna stab him or something? Honjo wrapped her arm around Shiro's, nestling close to him. Hey, you asked for it.
やっぱよすか。
Called it. It only took 2 to 3 steps to let go of each other.
分かったでしょ。
Wow.
あ
Oh well, to each their own.
自分の腕が折れてるんだってこと忘れられるってのはあんたどこまで幸せな脳みそしてんの？
Oh yeah, that's also the other. That's yeah, that'd do it.
あ、ちげえって。ただ、雰囲気じゃねえや。
You probably should have agreed that it was the broken arm, because I'm pretty sure she has the authority to slap you for saying that.
ま、私らには明るすぎるかもね。
Never mind then. Did that really have to do with the atmosphere, or was it the sun's fault?
で、どうするつもり？
あ、かすみ、あれ見ろよ。
え、なになに？
Once I heard Honjo changing the topic for the serious, I hurried to distract Kasumi with a random conversation as I listened in to the two.
あ
私たちの目的、履き違えてない？それとも何？まさか本当にデートでもしようっていうの？
そうだな。
Wait, did you actually just forget? Shiro looked at me. He broke out into a twisted grin as our eyes met.
まあ俺たちがナチスハンターで、あいつらはおとりの餌だ。で、まあおとりであるからには自然に泳がせとくのが一番だろう。
Nice to know that we're officially dubbed as Nazi bait.
へえ、気を使うなんてあんたにしては珍しい。なんか悪いもんでも食った？それとも悪人が余命いくばくもなくて善行に目覚めたとかそういう系？
Well, there's a thought.
なんだよ、逆の方が良かったか？俺たちがおとり担当？
Well, to be fair, the only person that would consider you to be bait is Wilhelm, but that's mostly because he keeps getting cock-blocked and blue-balled because he really wants to have a go at you. But he keeps getting interrupted.
小冗談。
デジャブも吹っ飛ぶかもよ。
そんな未知の世界は遠慮しとくわ。
素直じゃねえな、タグ。ま、ハンターがおとりの周りをうろうろしててもなんだろう。
Jiro turned around and started walking in the opposite direction of Kasumi and me.
はいはい。
Honjo made an exasperated shrug and followed Shiro. Okay. They went quite a distance away from us, but I could still make out their conversation. It appeared my senses had improved alongside my physical abilities, but I couldn't hear anything else from that far away. Was that because I was unconsciously choosing not to? Damn it. Those dumbasses were being far too considerate.
ねえねえ、まずは何乗ろっか。
Kasumi didn't notice Shiro and Honjo had wandered off. She was just having fun looking around and thinking about what to ride.
そりゃお前、ここの名物っていや、
Ferris wheel? I looked up.
あれだろ？
I was looking at a Ferris wheel, called it. 50 meters tall that it took approximately 13 minutes to rotate. It was a popular attraction, especially since there were no other really big rides in this park. Also, it is a standard for any dating to go to the Ferris wheel, specifically in stories. That is always the case. Wait a minute, does that mean that I was dating N, Mech, and Pokemon Black? Okay, sorry, I kind of daydreamed there for a minute. Kasumi froze when she looked up at the Ferris wheel. She was probably imagining how everything looked from this thing.
とりあえず、ここまで来たらあれには乗っとかなきゃな。
I mean, it's kind of a standard. Now that I knew Kasumi was afraid of heights, I couldn't help wanting to tease her about it. Wait, she's afraid of heights too? Oh, so am I. My voice filled with malice, I tried to drag her towards the Ferris wheel.
いやいやいやいやいや、ないから、それないから。
She's saying no, but her voice actress said yeah. But Kasumi held her ground, frozen still. It was like she turned into a statue.
なんだよ、早く行こうぜ。
I tried again with more strength, but Kasumi the golem wouldn't give an inch. She's fucking just dragging across the screen.
ダメダメダメ、絶対ダメ。
Kasumi desperately resisted, but her slender arms were no match for my strength.
さあ行こうかかすみ。
いやー、白エリー助けて。あれ
Kasumi finally realized the two were gone as she continued to slide. Actually, I'm kind of Aww. I was hoping it would just keep on going until she just faded off the screen. Damn it. Her face at that moment was priceless.
あいつらならさっき2人で別の場所に行っちまったぞ。ほら、観念しておとなしくついてこいって。いや
ー、助けて
Ah, you lose. In the end, we postponed the Ferris wheel. Kasumi would have gone berserk if we didn't. Ah, damn it! She was fighting back like a kid being dragged to the dentist. Well, I know that. But rather than getting any enjoyment out of teasing her, I was more embarrassed by the painful stares around us.
コーヒーカップになんて乗るの小学生以来だよ。たく。
She sure picked the most exciting of rides. Still.
次は何だろうか
My companion was in high spirits. But I was a little tired from getting spun around, right round, baby, right round, so much.
少し疲れた。ちょっと休もうぜ。
そっか。じゃあ私何か飲み物買ってくるから、レンはその辺のベンチで座って待ってて。
ああ、わかった。
I decided to do as I was told. Well, so far this is going pretty good. I looked up to the sky. I felt an equal measure of both loneliness and liberation from having that weight wrapped around my left arm removed. The faint color of the sky almost seemed to have adapted itself to match that feeling of ambivalence in my heart. The scenery was a picture-perfect representation of peace. That was the kind of place amusement parks were meant to be. Just a stereotypical happy place to have fun. And so that had to be why I felt a sense of discomfort beyond words when that scenery suddenly changed. Blood-stained merry-go-round horses, entrails scattering from the speeding roller coaster, freshly severed heads hanging off balloons flying high into the sky.
冗談じゃない。
This unpleasant malice, it rose from the indignation of someone, me, having barged into a secret and private place and stomping around it with dirty shoes. There were only 2 swastikas left, and how many of the bastards were still alive? Spine, Sister Lisa, Tubal-Cain, Rusalka. I reflected on the faces of the dead. There were only 3 members of the Obsidian Round Table left as far as I knew. In other words, Father Tarifa, Sakurai, Wilhelm. Well, that was assuming Reinhardt and the others never showed up, that is. If they did, we were screwed. So I had to do everything in my power to ensure the next battle was the last one. I was no match for their commander and the rest of the high-ranking officers. I wasn't saying Wilhelm and the others were going to be easy, just that there were far stronger foes who would completely decimate our chances of winning merely by showing up. So I wanted to have a clearer, more realistic plan of taking out those other 3 in one go, instead of leaving it up to the luck of the draw. Take this place, for example. This place had a different atmosphere than all the other spots that already had an open swastika, so I couldn't help but wonder if it could provide me with some kind of hint. It was probably because of those rambling thoughts. Oh, we're back to the static again! I don't even think I got dubbed that. You guys could just hear the laughter there. That I picked up a strange sound. Avatris, is that you? Innocent giggling of frolicking children. That doesn't even really sound innocent. That just kind of scares me listening to it, honestly. What the fuck? Yet this sound, that was undoubtedly the laughter of happy children, sounded like the screeching of insects to me. Those voices were...
イザーク、イザーク、かわいそうだね。
Poor,
僕らと一緒。
poor Isaac, just like us.
かわいそう。かわいそうだよ、イザーク。どうしていつも君ばかり。
Yes, poor Isaac. Why is he always alone?
不公平だよね。
It's not fair, is
不
it?
公平だよね。
It's not fair, is it?
ねえ、なんであいつだけ生きてるの？おかしいね。
Hey, why was he the only one who lived? That's weird, isn't it?
おかしいね。変だよね。僕らは、僕ら。
That's weird. It's not right. Here.
名前なんだっけ？
What's his name again?
ヨハンだよ。一人だけ仲間外れのヨハン。
Johann. It was Johann. Lonely Johann. Like Johann Liebert.
かわいそうだね。
Only Monster fans get that name. And if you guys have watched Monster, you have excellent taste. Poor thing, huh?
かわいそうだね。
Poor thing, huh?
だか
Yes, so.
ら。だから、
Right, so.
ヨハンも仲間に入れてあげよう。
We should let Johann join us.
そうしよ
Yes, let's. Jesus! The voices were saying something ominous. That childlike innocence was mixed with the malice that gave me the chills. It felt like I was having some sort of daydream. Oh, now finally gone. Through my blurry vision, I never made out the man surrounded by thousands of infants in the distance. That's a terrifying thought. She knew it. She understood. At least, she thought she did. That this wasn't a continuation, but an extension. A reduced, diluted reproduction of that blessed day-to-day life they'd lived. Yet the moment she saw the intruder's face, Kasumi felt sheer discouragement. Sakurai!
う。桜井さん。
Well, this is awkward. The sight of the girl unwillingly brought back memories of that day. The last day of Kasumi's school life. Reviving all the memories of everything she'd been shown and experienced.
楽しんでいるみたいね、綾瀬さん。
She spoke as if she had been watching them the whole time. That only served to spur Kasumi's discouragement and the bad feeling building up in her.
そうやって楽しんでおくといいわ。今のうちに。
それ、どういう意味？
I'm going to kill your boyfriend. Her tone grew harsher with anxiety.
彼はいずれ死ぬから。私たちの誰かの。いや、私のこの手で。
Ah, so you definitely want to kill him now. It felt like someone gripped her heart with a cold hand. She was sweating. It wasn't just her skin. It felt like her very innards were breaking out into a cold, bitter sweat.
どうして？
She remembered Rusalka's face. The memory alone made it hard for her to breathe. Come to think of it, she'd forgotten that Sakurai had transferred to Tsukinasawa High along with her. Her recognition of reality was constantly one step ahead of her awareness. The reason it took her so long to acknowledge everything was out of a naive wish that things were not the way she suspected.
彼は私の大切なものを奪った。
He was...
だから殺す。
Listen! He was falling apart as it was! Kay declared her intent. Yes, it was a declaration. A curse akin to a personal oath.
殺すってレンを冗談でしょ。そんなこと絶対私がさせないから。
Kasumi instinctively retorted. Even she was surprised at how assertive that came out. Those words were yet another declaration. They were filled with the unyielding will to defeat Kay's.
あなたに一体何ができるの？
There was no provocation in Kay's question. She was just bluntly stating the facts.
でもあなたに恨みはないから警告だけしておく。死にたくなければ今すぐ彼を置いてこの町から立ち去りなさい。
Trust me, girl, that ain't gonna happen.
嫌よ。
See? She could never choose to do that. Kay looked down at Kasumi emotionlessly and suddenly changed the subject.
私に英語を教えてくれとか言ってたよね。
え？
私みたいな人生を送ってみたいとか言ってたよね。
それは。
She had indeed said something akin to that at some point. But what did it have to do with this?
綾瀬さん、私と同じような目に遭いたいのね。大好きな人を奪われる気持ち、知りたいのね。
Kay had a smile on her lips, but there was no emotion in it. Her face looked frozen over like a mask. To Kasumi, it felt like she was crying inside.
知りたいなら残っていればいい。おすすめはしないけど、あなたがそう言うのなら仕方ないよね。でも出て行った方がそうなるのかな。ここに残っていれば、むしろみんな一緒に。
Kasumi decided she couldn't let Kay say any more. Though she couldn't understand the specifics of the discussion, she could feel fierce malice and despair brimming within the girl. That was why she spoke.
負けないもん。
Yes, she would never lose.
私もレンもシロもエリーも負けないもん。
I like your bravery, Kay. Not you, Kay. Not you. You're just... Kay, you're deluded at this point. Kasumi, you're a best girl.
また一緒に学校行ってお弁当食べてみんなと遊んで一緒に帰ってそんな普通の生活を。
普通の生活？
Kay snorted. That short phrase denied everything Kasumi and Ren had built up.
あなたの普通って何？教会住まいの先輩と親交を深めたりすること？教えておいてあげるけど、あそこに住んでいる人はみんなこちら側よ。あなたの普通とか日常なんて、そんな薄氷の上、ほんの小石で割れる。
だけど。
She stopped there. The people at the church weren't normal? Not the priest, not the nun, not even Rhea? But even if they weren't, it wouldn't change what she had to say.
こんなのは現実じゃない。私とレンの現実だとは認めない。だから悪い夢は私が覚ましてあげるんだ。ほっぺたいっぱたいて朝で起きろって耳元で叫んで。
そうならあなたはあなたの思うことをすればいいわ。
Kay looked away and passed by Kasumi as though she were air, as if to say she was no longer interested in her. Kasumi glared at her back until Kay faded out of view. Her leg muscles had grown stiff from all the tension, leaving her unable to take even a single step. Well, still, good job on you, Kasumi. You stood up to her. she could still feel herself trembling. She was shaking with the anger and fear that came of holding a conversation with someone holding an utterly different set of ideals. But, at the same time, that short encounter with Kei Sakurai had changed something decisive within Kasumi. She was aware that something unavoidable had arrived. Her spine felt stiff. She was sure her face looked just as bad. She couldn't look like this. Ren would see through her in a second. While he was too thick-headed to see the stuff that really mattered, he had a sharp eye for weird things like this. She had to smile, because today was that kind of day. She didn't know if they'd ever have another day like this, so she had to make sure this precious time didn't go to waste. She slowly took a deep breath. She had to get back to the her, who was only on her way back from buying juice from a vending machine. Even remembering the feeling of her day-to-day life took effort. She looked up, and away from the shadow at her feet she had been staring at this whole time. And, just as she had managed to regain her smile...
Konnichiwa, Ayase-san.
Oh god, hi! She saw Valeria Trifa standing before her wearing a meek smile of his own. Oh no. We went back to our to the club after our date? Shiro and Honjo then went off somewhere else, saying they had things to take care of, leaving me and Kasumi alone in this room. It was hard to start a conversation in that environment, perhaps because the room was too quiet. I've been unable to calm down for a while, perhaps because Kasumi seemed a bit ill at ease. It was her who ended up breaking the silence.
ねえ、レン、そっちのソファー行っていい？
You mean we're not sitting next to each other? Kasumi had been sitting on a different sofa up until then. Oh. Maybe she asked because she didn't like the distance between us.
別に構わないけど。
Kasumi smiled happily, got up from her sofa, and sat down next to me. Oh. That... his done with life expression is just hilarious to me. I grew a little embarrassed and turned away from her. Just then, Kasumi leaned against my back, resting her cheek on it. Awkward. Perhaps it was that silence that set the next series of events in motion.
なあ。俺、お前に一つ言っとかなきゃいけないことがあるんだけど。
I've, got a girl living inside my arm. I know that's kind of a weird thing to say, but I'm actually serious about this.
桜井と付き合ってるとか言うの。
There you go.
ああ、それ。
Kasumi laughed as if to say, I knew.
いくらなんでもちょっと無理ありすぎだもんね。
Well, she had a point. I broke out into a wry smile as I considered how improbable it must have seemed.
怒んないのか。
まあ、少しはだけど。レンとしては優しい嘘のつもりだったんでしょ。
I wonder what color that really was.
私だって同じだし。
ん？
ねえ、レン。
なんだよ。
あのさ、いろいろごめん。
なんだよ、その大雑把な謝り方。言われた方は何が何だかわからないって。
Kasumi felt quiet. It seemed she was in no mood to explain. But even so, Kasumi bore some sort of burden regarding me. At least, that was what her behavior seemed to indicate.
ノーヒントかよ。お前昔からそういう反則っぽい謎好きだったよな。
So I decided to just play along with her without prying. I'd go along with her flow the way she wanted it. That was my way of showing male etiquette. Though if it were Shiro, he could probably just speak normally without getting embarrassed.
それも含めてごめん。
余計わかんねえ。
今の気持ち的にそういう方向性ということで。
I like the music that plays during moments like this. It's very nice. Kind of puts me in the mind of it's basically kind of like a music box. And for some reason, that's the type, like, music box seems to be like one of those soft spot types of music that just, it gets me every time. I don't know, I just kind of like it.
まあ、わかった。
私らしくないかな、こういうの。
そんなことはないだろう。だいたいお前らしさって表現もどうかと思うぞ。らしかろうがらしくなかろうが、かすみはかすみだ。
God, that was so corny. Even so, I didn't feel her laugh. She just kept clinging to me like glue, as always.
ねえ、レン。必ず帰ってきてね。
覚えてるのか俺が言ったこと。
I felt a cold sensation run through my back. That's right. I had told her that before. It was right before she fainted on that night. That fated night where the guillotine was transferred from her to me. I swear I'll be back, so if you could watch my place, I'd appreciate it. Words I thought she'd forgotten.
覚えてる。でもさ、なんだかそれってプロポーズの言葉みたいじゃない？
Kind of. Sort of. Slightly. She seemed bashful. There was no gloom in there at all, not even a shadow of the past I wanted to forever keep Kasumi away from. I must have been reading into things too deeply. There were probably some random fragments of the memory of that night that remained in her, and that just happened to be one of those. The amusement park under the blue sky, the chill of the northern winds, the weight pulling on my left arm, and Kasumi's smile. Her smile. Smile. If she ever remembered all that transpired on that night, there would be no way she or anyone else in her shoes could smile like this.
あ、こら、なんとか言え、バカレ。
I'm sorry, I'm kind of doing my inner monologue right now. Kind of a standard thing for protagonists. Her face dyed. Her face dyed red as though she was flustered. Kasumi was a ray of sunshine that I never wanted to lose.
ちょっと、何黙っちゃってんのよ。
Okay, first off, that line right there was just, that was sweet. So
別にそう思ってくれて構わないけど。
Oh!
なんだよその反応は。嫌なのか。
そんなことない。そんなことないよ。少し嬉しすぎて。
俺は恥ずかしい。
Well, of course you are.
ねえ、レン。こっち向いてよ。
I turned around to see Kasumi's face right in front of me. Oh god, woman! We could feel each other's breath at this distance.
かすみ。
レン。
We called each other's names, then closed the distance. Ah, there it is! Our lips gently touched. I could feel her warmth and sweet scent slowly soak into me as I felt like I was melting into her. Her faint sighs felt comfortable to the skin. Oh my god, no! 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 We do not! No! 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 Okay, get ready for rapid soul, but Kasumi's mouth accepted me and our tongues frantically wrapped around each other as though unable to bear a moment of separation. My tongue felt like it was going to melt in her mouth. Our saliva mixed together. Our moment of peace. We might not get another one, so we had to treasure the peace period tranquilly while we still had the chance. Thank God it did not last that long. Fuck! Finally, we broke off our long kiss. I found it very hard to let go as I stared at Kasumi. He looked right back at me with a bit of embarrassment, yet also dearly.
変な感じ。こうしてレンのそばにいるだけで、レンの顔見てるだけで、なんか幸せな気分。
Why?
そっか。
ねえ、レンはどう？
I felt like I wasn't ready for that. Kasumi gazed at me with moistening eyes. My childhood friend had perhaps never looked as lovely as she did at that moment.
俺は。
Kasumi anxiously awaited what I had to say. I gently ran my hand through her hair.
なんか照れくさいな。
I tried to gloss things over, but Kasumi, who had been totally caught up in the sensation of having her hair stroked, only frowned in response.
もう、 葉で言ってよ。
Jeez.
かすみ。
レンの言葉で私を安心させてよ。
I couldn't just try to laugh off a serious request like that. I felt Kasumi's warmth as I softly ran my fingers down the nape of her neck. She wasn't always a cheeky and high-spirited girl. No, what I now saw before me was an endlessly mesmerizing woman. Putting her mind at ease was my duty as a man.
俺も幸せすぎて怖いくらいだ。
レン、
お前のそば絶対離れないからな。
Aww. I was sure that my face was beet red as I said that. But instead of teasing me, Kasumi just regarded me with serious eyes.
私も一生くっついてる。レンが嫌がったって絶対離れないんだから。
I figured as much. Kasumi gently closed her eyes. We held each other as our lips found their way to each other once again. We held each other tightly, our arms filled with our desire to never be apart again, no matter what happened. And at the same time, I swore I'd keep her safe from anything, be it human or demon. We just kept holding each other. Kasumi giggled as we held each other, our bodies fitting together like jigsaw pieces.
なんだかとってもなんだか本当に幸せ。地獄に落ちてもいいよ。
What? I felt an indescribable feeling of discomfort at Kasumi's words. What did she just say? Did she say something about going to hell in peace? Why hell?
今なんて。
But the only response I got was her sleeping breath. Maybe I just misheard her. After all, I couldn't have ever imagined Kasumi, of all people, saying something like that. The only one here who those words should apply to was me. I held Kasumi's slender body close, feeling her weight and warmth against me. Right then, I made a cliched, yet earnest wish. That this moment would last forever. Well then, in Shambhala, 9 out of 13, 6 out of 8 swastikas. Chapter 11, Speculum sin macula, end. You know, I was going to go a little bit longer, but I wasn't quite ready for that. Save over that. There. Okay. Everything was going fine. I actually was not ready for that. I don't know. Rapid reading seems to be the best way that I can handle stuff like that. Unless I was a while back whenever I had watched Code Geass and I broke my chair because I wasn't ready for a very specific scene. Oh, and by the way, that chair has been thoroughly fixed and all that. Okay. Yeah. So that was a thing. Thankfully, it didn't go into too much detail, I think. Although, judging from those lines of dots, I could only... Gee, I wonder, is this one of the censored scenes? Pretty fucking close, I bet. In more ways than one. Okay. Alright, that probably, okay. I will go ahead and apologize for this being a bit shorter. I'm just going to automatically say right here I wasn't particularly ready for that. Thankfully, I think I handled it a little bit better than I used to way back when just the mere mention of something, you know, getting even close to that, I'd probably freak the fuck out. Which I did freak a little bit out here a bit. I admit that. I did freak out just a little bit. But I didn't fall out of my chair. That's the important thing. My chair's fine. Oh boy. This is probably going to get age restrict. Actually, you know what? I don't know. Really, the only thing I've had to worry about on YouTube was getting false copyright strikes from, like, TuneCore or something like that, or CD Baby, but I'm not entirely sure if this video is going to get age restricted. I don't think any of my videos have gotten age restricted just yet. Huh. But anyway, guys, I'm sorry this is relatively short, but this is part of a new schedule that I released in a community update yesterday, where I'm going to try something a little bit different with my DS Irae episodes. Don't worry, the videos will still be around an hour length, just not this particular one because I wasn't ready for that. But anyway, this is kind of a test. For those of you who haven't read the community post, what I'm going to start doing on my DS Irae days is right after I record DS Irae, which usually roughly is about an hour in length for an episode, I will go and also record an episode of Trails, which will be up in about, let's say an hour. It will be up in an hour. Does this mean I'm going to do that for the Digital Devil Saga days? No. Because usually my recordings for Digital Devil Saga tend to be about 2 hours in length, because I have to try to edit out all the random encounters and all that stuff so I can just stick strictly to the story and all that. So this is going to be a bit of a test. If you guys, that way, the reason I'm doing this is because I kind of want to open up extra slots, because there's a lot of good games that are coming out soon that I really want to be able to do a Let's Play of. Specifically speaking, Fire Emblem Three Houses, Code Vein, and Pokemon Shield. As long as Nintendo doesn't change their stance and start copyright striking me, possibly, hopefully, never not. Anyway, guys, this is kind of like a bit of a test. And if you guys like that, be sure to let me know. So, in about an hour, there will be an episode of Trails coming up. So, there we go. The crux of the Kasumi route. I kind of hope that it does not go into that kind of detail with the other routes, honestly. But if it does, I will try my best to handle it much better than I did at the moment. So anyway, thank you all so much for watching. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Ignore the stroke I just had. Or don't. Hello there everybody, Sabaranai2 here, and if you like this video, be sure to let me know in the comments down below. And hey, if you guys like my content, then maybe you'd like to check out another channel who I think deserves equal attention. So click that Nightmare emblem and check out that channel, or go to the links in the description down below. Once again, thank you, and I'll see you guys in the next video.